Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening. Go to YouTube, like, subscribe, simply put with Price McKinney. Like, subscribe, watch a video, leave a comment, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, simply put with Price McKinney. All right. So today we're going to talk about you, and this is for single people. Okay. Now, if you're in a relationship or married, some of this can help. Um, but this is primarily to single people as we're going into this is February, we're going into Valentine's Day. People want to be booed up, have have a significant other and whatnot. So this is primarily for single people. So you want to hit go. You are single for a reason. Okay. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get picked. If for the guys, it doesn't mean that you just you can't shoot your shot. It doesn't mean any of that. Look at it from a different angle. Put a different lens on, and take this time to work on you. Figure out, if you don't already know, what it is that you want. Because, for example, and I always use me first. I've been single now for, heck, I'm not even calculated. It's been a minute since 2019 ish. So, what I wanted then is not the same as what I want now. So, you're talking 5, 6 years ish. So, it, uh, the needs have changed, the wants have changed because I have changed. Well, what did you change? I'm still the same person in general, but a lot of the things that I would ordinarily tolerate and accept, that no longer flies. People look at you, people, I've had, like I've said this before, people looked at me and said, "You got it all together. I've got a good job, dress fairly decent, keep myself pretty much put together for the most part. Some days you might catch me loafing, but typically not. But people look at that and they see image and perception, and that's fine. I don't trip off of that. People want your view, but they don't know your climb. And people tend to, and it's a natural thing, people tend to see your highlights, but they don't know the hell you've been through to get where you are. And so I said that to say, in your singleness, or in your, as I say to myself, my preparation period, take this time to hone in and figure out, what is it that I want? What is that person's motives? What's going to be the benefit of this between me and her, or, for the woman, her and him? What's going to be the benefit? How is this relationship going to make me become a better man? How can I, as the man, help her to become a better person? And it becomes a fine line in between all of that, because you, especially starting out, you don't want to get too personal. Um, as I've said before, just have fun. Don't go in guns blazing. Well, he got to do this, he got to do that, she got to do this, she got to do that. No, just pump your brakes, player. Just pump your brakes. All right, speed kills. Slow down. Give yourself time. Give that person time, and enjoy being single. Do you have moments of loneliness? Of course, but that don't mean jump out and go run and find somebody just to fill that void, to fill that space. Don't do that. Let's be wise. Let's use our heads. Um, take this time again, and again, and stop looking at stop looking at yourself and all of the wrongs, all the flaws that you know are there. Start looking at what's right with you. ma'am, sir. Now I've got some things within myself and even physically that I know I need to work on and change. And that is a work in process, a work in progress. Progress is a slow process. You follow me? So don't don't beat yourself up. Understand where you are and understand where it is you're trying to go and how that person can come into your life, merge into your lane, and fit where you currently are. It doesn't mean that the person comes in trying to change who you are. That's not what this is. Have fun in the process. And if somebody approaches you, and if and even if, let me say this, if you're just closed to the idea of dating or being with someone, that is totally okay. You know why? Because that's your decision. I don't know. The person doesn't know. Only you know why you're at that point. And I get it. I understand. As I'm not a judge. And it's not my job to judge you. And don't you let anybody judge you for that. So if you're just like, you know what, I'm cool where I am. I'm chill. I do me by myself. Totally okay. Again, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you because of it. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what you had to put up with. I don't know what you've come out of. I don't know what you've been in. I don't know any of that. So that's not my job to judge, and it's not anybody else's job to judge. All right. So having said that, understand where you are and understand what it is you want. Understand what you're looking for, and even why. Why do you want this particular type of person? Why do you want this person? Why have you selected or chosen this particular one to be your one? Know that and be okay with it. Set your boundaries. Make certain that you're not being disrespected and make sure you don't do any disrespecting. That works both ways. So if you see that from the onset, check the deuces because if it starts out as I as I say, if it starts out in the nosedive, it's going to be hard to lift that plane up and take off. So just make certain that you're in a good place for yourself. And if you know, and I myself, I'm not ready for a relationship right now because I'm better than I was when a few years ago, even a few months ago. I'm a whole lot better now than I was then, and I'm cool with that. But I know I've still got some ways to go, and I'm okay with that. Because what I'm not gonna do is I personally, you do what works for you. Understand that you do what works for you, and nobody can tell you that. Nobody can figure it out for you. That is your decision for you. Um, I know I've got a ways to go. I know I've still got some work to do because again, what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna bring somebody into uh where I am now and they have to deal with a lot of the stuff that I should already have taken care of. That's not fair to them. And I'm not going to put them through that. And so if that's you and that's where you are, be okay with the process. Just hey, I'm right now is not good. Right now is not good. And it doesn't mean that right now is not good does not mean that that's a bad place. I'm not in a bad place. I just know that I've got work. I've still got some more work to do. I've got some things that I need to accomplish. I've got some things I need to solidify. I've got some things I need to secure. And I'm cool with that. I know what they are. I don't have to tell it, so to speak. You don't have to blab all of your business to the person or to the individual, that's either that you're talking to or that's trying to holler at you, whatever, however you want to put it. You don't have to tell all of that. Just know where you are and be okay with that. But take advantage of your time being single. And again, if your final resolve is, you know what, I'm just gonna ride this train as I is. by my lonesome, by myself. Nothing wrong with that because it's I'm saying this politely and respectfully. It is different these days. The dating world, the dating pool, people, what we're exposed to, what we have access to, it is a whole different day. And as one of my former pastors used to say, is people are people. People are gonna do what they do, and that just is what it is. So again, take advantage of your time being single. If you got, like, I personally, I've got, a few good friends, my boys as I call them, and I bounce stuff off of them. I have no problem with that because they keep me in check. I can be stubborn as a mule, donkey, bull, whatever you want to call it. I'm surprised I'm not a Taurus, but I'm not. Um, I my tolerance and patience for certain things is little to none, and sometimes I can come off, blunt and abrupt, and oftentimes I don't mean to be, and that's something that I'm working on. So that may not be you. I'm just giving you an example. These are the things I've got to work on and become better at because I know my patience is not good and I know my tolerance is slim to none. So you can't deal with people and not give them grace and be patient. And that's why I'm giving myself patience because I've got to work through this. And that's not the only thing. That's all I'm gonna talk about, but that's not the only thing. But I know where I'm at. Is the point. You got me? So again, take advantage of this time. Don't rush yourself. Don't let yourself be rushed. If you feel like the person is becoming a little bit too pushy, back their tails up. You have that right. Back them up. Hey, player. It's too much. It's the old folk. You say it's too much. It's too much. It's time out. And if you need to take a time out, just breathe for a minute. Do what you need to do for you. All right. Do what you need to do for you. All right. Again, I'm Price McKinney. Simply put, I want to thank you for listening. Again, simply put, with Price McKinney, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Simply put, with or by Price McKinney. Again, this is simply put, Price McKinney. I'm not an expert. I just know what I know, and I promise you, I'll see you soon.